As we know, the election is now being called for the 7th of September. It feels as though we've been on an election campaign all year, but now it's official. But to add a bit of irony to it, the 7th of September is National Protected Species Day. Now, when it comes to campaigning, there seem to be some synergies with Kevin Rudd and the Reserve Bank. It was in 2007, as the opposition leader, that interest rates actually went up for the Howard government, which played into the hands of Kevin Rudd. This time, interest rates have come down. In fact, it's only the first time in history that interest rates have come down during an election campaign. So the cash rate now currently sits at 2.5%. The last time the cash rate moved was on the 7th of May. The cash rate then was at 2.75%. But to give you an example of how things are changing out there and how our economy seems to be changing constantly, in May, when the cash rate was at 2.75, our dollar was above 1.02. At the moment, our dollar is sitting below 90 cents. But this election, we still haven't heard anything about housing policy. A lot of investors out there are gazumping first home buyers. This is because interest rates are so low, it's increasing people's borrowing capacities. And for property investors, it makes good sense to go out and look for property because there are a lot of properties out there that are returning very good yields and are looking after themselves. With the cash rate down to 2.5, it's great for borrowing. With the cash rate at historically low levels, it's having a major impact on the property market. But the low interest rates still haven't filtered through to the other sectors. Now, there are a lot of property investors out there. In fact, 22% of all home loans are for property investors, only 7% are for first home buyers. Now, being an election year, it's quite staggering to think that housing policy has not been mentioned at all. There are always those that suggest that negative gearing should be abolished, but negative gearing is going nowhere. With 1.8 million property investors, it would purely be political suicide. I'm Iggy Damiani. I'll see you next week.